Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Cleveland, Ohio. And today I have a very cute card for you. Take a look at this. This is perfect for anybody that loves gardening. It's a great Mother's Day card, Grandma's card. It's good for anybody that you just want to say hello to. And inside it says, "Love you bunches." Isn't that sweet? Let me show you what I used to make this card. The set is called Help Me Grow. You can see it has different handles. This is one handle. This is two-step stamping. You put the leaves on and then flowers. You have a shovel, a sign, and other tools. This handle or this handle can go on here. You need two of them. I really liked this. There's even dirt. Look at that. Check out those nails. My 4-year-old granddaughter gave me sparkle nail polish today. That's the advantages of being a grandma and babysitting. Anyway, this comes with a cute flower pot, lots of nice sentiments, and it comes with dies. Now, I did not get the dies, but the dies would cut these out and add more to your stamping experience. This is an online exclusive. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it because I know a lot of people who really love to garden. The paper that we're going to use is Garden Poetry, and I'm sorry I don't have samples really to show you. I have a couple of them. It's a beautiful type of paper that has colors that have been blended beautifully together, like our Blackberry Bliss and the Berry Burst. Just very, very pretty. So let me move that out of the way. Our card base is going to be a typical card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and I used our basic white paper. It's scored at 4 1/4. The rest of these things can be made with scraps, but if you wanted measurements, the flower pot would take a 2" by 2" piece of white paper. A lot of this I did ahead of time for my classes because we only have 2 hours and we do 4 cards. So there's not a lot of time for 5 or 6 ladies to stamp and die cut things. So I do some of this ahead of time. The pot has a slit in it, and when you use the dies, the die itself will put a slit in that. We have a little white rectangle, 1 by 2 1/4. That's what we're going to use to stamp our handle for the trowel. Now, the rest of these pieces, I just pulled scraps out of my white folder. All right, let me show you what I did. I'm sure you have plenty of scraps too. I stamped a sign. I stamped 2 flowers. I stamped 1 full strength and then 1 stamped off. Here's the trowel or the end of the shovel. And I'm going to put that in this pile because right here are the pieces we're going to be stamping. Usually I store my designer paper in 4 by 6" pieces. That way I get the best use of it. This one is going to be cut at 4 by 5.5. And the little piece that I cut off from down here, I'm going to use on the inside. It's 1/2 by 4 inches. So keep that in mind. Don't throw those little scraps out, and don't throw them back in the folder. You can use them to decorate with. And then because I have so many of these left, we're going to use the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. just to add something for the flowers. And it looks like my sample doesn't have them. So let me get started. The first color I'm going to use is Pecan Pie, and that's for the dirt. This was fun. A lot of the ladies loved doing this because this was just fun. Didn't have to be accurate at all. You just take the dirt and stamp it on the shovel any way you want, as much as you want, as little as you want. They had a lot of fun with that. So we have our shovel with dirt. All right. The next color we're going to use is one of the new colors, Peaceful Pine. Comes in the new case. The new case is magnetic if you've not seen that. And the lid lifts right off. All right, it has a very strong magnet in it. So you can see that it pulls and it's easy. You'll see a lot of people open them this way. You don't have to open it that way. If you don't want, just pull it off. So much easier than the other ones that we've had. So I'm going to use this green for my sign. When we use this, it's not the foam pads anymore, so we need to push a little harder, just a little, and then I twist it a little bit. It's just a learning curve. It's a new product and a new way to do it. I mean, we have the same type of thing that we had to do when we went to the foam pads from the pads we had before. So, you know, you go with the flow and you learn how to use your new tools. So we're going to start with the two-step stamping, and we're going to do the leaves. And let me show you. This really looks weird. That's the best way I can describe it, is weird. When you're stamping with this, the bottom of it is, you want this teeny tiny line down here at the bottom. You can see at the top, there's a grouping of flowers or leaves, and you don't want that at the bottom. You want that at the top. So just take your rectangle and stamp. This is so fun to see. Now when you look, that weird little line helps to form a roundness at the bottom of that handle. Isn't that cool? I was like a little kid. Wow, how did they do that? So we're done with the green. One thing I didn't show you about this, when this ink pad goes together, this turns over like this. So your ink pad is actually upside down, so the ink will stay at the top of your pad. It's also labeled, and I put one of the labels on the end of it, which is the bottom, so that the bottom and the top have a label. The labels are on the bottom, and when you remove the label, it still has the name on the bottom. It's printed there. All right, we're going to take Berry Burst, and that's for the flowers. Now when you look at the flowers, that's hard to do. Let me ink it up. This is a foam pad, and so you can see I am not pushing down hard at all. What I have at the bottom here is a full flower and a partial flower. All right, at the top it looks straight. We don't want that at the bottom. We want the full flower. And then you're just going to go over the top of this and stamp. Okay, and then we're going to cut that out. Now, if you had the dies, of course, they would cut that out. So now what we're going to do is finish our stamping with Love You Bunches, and we're going to stamp that on the inside. And close this up. And yes, compared to the new pads, that's more difficult. So we can celebrate that we have easy to open ink pads. So what I'm going to do is just quickly trim around this. Doesn't have to be perfect. People are going to be so excited to see this cute card with the flower pot. I've seen some really cute ideas with this. Somebody made a pegboard and hung tools on it. I've seen pots stacked up. I've seen pots knocked over so they have dirt excuse me, coming out of it. All right, now we have our pieces parts here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive on this handle here and add I put it on the shovel, now I'll add the handle. Okay, that looks weird up there. Okay, so does that. My goodness, that looks better. Oh, it looks crooked. It's homemade. All right, so let's put it together. We're going to take our designer paper, and again, our paper is double-sided. If you think that this is kind of busy with this pattern behind it, you could turn it over like this, which is pretty. I think we should try it. Let's do that, because we already know what it's going to look like with that paper. So let's see what the back looks like. I had a lady in class decide to do this because she thought these all looked like flowers, and she wanted to give this to her husband. And she said, I'd rather have a more masculine background. All right. Excuse me. I'm recovering from a cold and I need to do these videos. Oh goodness. All right. That is one of the weirdest handles. Anyway, forgive me. I like to raise things up, and so I turn all of my pieces over, and I'm going to add dimensionals. I don't go crazy with the dimensionals. I just put one on each. And then for the handle, I put two small ones because I didn't want it sticking out. So on the edge and right here in the middle. The first thing that I did was I took my flower pot and decided where I wanted it placed on my card. I didn't want it too high because I wanted to be able to put my sign in. So if it's easier for you to stick the sign in and figure out where you want it, that's a great idea too. So I'm going to put it right about here. Now, when I put these pieces in, excuse me, even though I have the dimensional on it, what I want to do is set it here. Now I have the dimensional right back here. So I'm just going to set it in the pot and not push down. That way I can arrange this kind of how I want it. There we go. Because I want to get the flowers in and the sign without making it go too high. And I want to do a little bit something a little different here. I don't know what. Oh, let's see. All right. Let's make sure we can see hello. And then I'm going to take my shovel, and I chose to lay it this way so it was kind of leaning on the pot. Some of the ladies put it down like that, which I think looks nice too. You can see it a whole lot better on this background, can't you? It's a whole lot easier to see. So let's see what it looks like if we lay it down. Now that looks okay. And then on the inside we'll put our piece of designer paper, and I think I'm going to use this side so that it matches what's on the front. Open it up and I hold it, kind of hover over the area I want it, and then push down. So there you have it, a quick and easy card to use for just about anything. This will go to a hospital in our area. They put them on dinner trays. I am so sorry. Anyway, I hope you like this card, or this card. I hope you give it a try. And thanks for watching.